how'd you get started in this?
I've worked a full 25-year career in nonprofit. I worked in museums, raising money and running multidisciplinary teams, and that transitioned pretty easily into doing trail advocacy. I grew up racing BMX and racing motocross, and then in the early 80s, mid 80s, started mountain biking, doing lots of events throughout the country. The cycling and the advocacy kind of merged. I started doing things here locally at Patapsco Valley State Park, and then moved on to work with the regional IMBA Club Moore. I was vice president of Moore and president of Moore for a couple years.
Nice.
So that was a big sort of step forward in sort of official advocacy for trails, how I really got engaged with mountain biking.
So you've had your hands in Patapsco and in the trails and in our sort of local mountain bike community for what sounds like a long time.
A really long time.
26-inch wheels and rigid forks and all that stuff.
For sure, yeah.
You've seen quite a change in what we see in our park. What things do you see coming forward for Patapsco and for the local community?
Well, it's been a weird couple years. COVID has sort of turned us all upside down the past year. I know you guys opening up this bricks and mortar location, that was probably a very odd time to do that. It looks great in here, by the way. It looks awesome.
Thank you.
I think that as far as the trails community goes here at Patapsco, it's incredibly solid. It's incredibly robust. We're very fortunate in the valley to not only have this unbelievable gem, this incredible natural resource with over 200 miles of trails. Very unique park. To have this many trails close to two major metropolitan areas is very remarkable. As far as like the mountain bike community and the trails community, we are exceptionally solid right now. So many trail systems would be thrilled to have one bike shop or one Ben, one advocate.
Thank you.
But in the valley, we have, 20, 30, 40, 50 people that are marquee leaders for any trail system. So as far as the mountain bike community, the running community, the hiking community, we are locked in and moving forward quickly.
Awesome.
The things that have really sort of emerged at Patapsco Valley State Park are new users.
Mm-hmm.
In 2020 at Patapsco, we had almost 3 million visitors. It's a lot.
Sounds like
it's a lot, and the park strained behind that. When COVID came through the area, Baltimore County Parks closed, Howard County Parks closed, the state park stayed open. So we saw visitorship double in 2 and 3 months. A very interesting time, brought a lot of new users to the park, but a lot of challenges to the park too. So going forward, what we want to do is we have really focused on embracing these new users of the park. We don't need to work that hard to engage our trail users, but our day users and our new users, these are folks that we want using the park not only once in a while, but we want them to become stewards of the park. So that's what's new for us right now. We are in a good position with trail advocacy, but now we're reaching out to new communities.
That sounds fantastic. Is there anything your core trail users could do to help the park going forward? What can the general public do to make the park strain not so bad from all those new users that are coming?
Welcome them like you welcome a friend who is beginning mountain biking or beginning trail running or beginning hiking. The folks that are using the park in ways that are different from the way you use the park, it's just as much theirs. Their park too. Second of all, when you talk to people about Patapsco Valley State Park, don't talk to them as it's something we take for granted. So many of us were used to having Patapsco as our backyard, and we just roll into it. The park is something that needs to be sustained. It needs TLC. When you think about the park, think about it as something not that you're taking from, but something that you're giving towards. That's what I encourage everyone to do. If you have kids that are on a soccer team and you're buying them uniforms, you're driving them to tournaments, and you're paying referees and you're paying for field privileges, Patapsco is that type of resource. So even though you're entering the park for free, think about what you can do to help sustain the people who are working so hard to make the park awesome.
Awesome.